I wish that we could make divorce much, much easier. Of course, it will bring pain and things like that, but it will be short-term pain than this situation where you know what is going on and yet you can't stop it.
Ask Uncle anything today.
I have my dear daughter with me to do the question. So, Tina, what's the question?
I've been married for 12 years and have loved and supported my wife through every stage of her life. We have 4 children, and I have never even raised my voice at her. For the past 4 years, intimacy has declined. After my mother's burial, she even brought up divorce, though we later moved past it. About a year ago, I discovered she was having an affair with a married man and speaking badly about me. We tried therapy, but she refused to continue. She apologized, but didn't stop. I later found out that she was also involved with another married man for about 2 years at the same time. When confronted, she showed a little remorse and even said I should ask her to leave if I wanted to. Now, I'm emotionally broken and worried about my health. I'm also battling doubts about my children's paternity and the future of my home. Uncle Ebo, I am shattered and deeply confused. I feel lost. Please, I need your guidance.
Wow. My brother of 12 years of marriage. I was going to say 12 years of misery, but I realized that I don't have enough information to make that statement because it is possible that part of those 12 years were happy days and then things somehow have turned. You are dealing with a difficult situation because you cannot really force anyone to love you. And from my experience in counseling, I've also discovered that you cannot force anyone to remain married to you. Unfortunately, quite often people get into marriage, they realize, this is not what I wanted, this is not what I thought it would be, and then they feel trapped. And in that situation, what they do then is to punish their spouse for the mistake they made and for the way they are feeling. And unfortunately, it happens too often. I wish that we could make divorce much, much easier. I wish so. Of course, it will bring pain and things like that, but it will be short-term pain than this situation where you know what is going on and yet you can't stop it. You wish that when you confronted her with her cheating, she would back off and change. But then you discover that there is even more to it than just that one man. But I can assure you that these 2 men that you have discovered she's sleeping with may not be all there is. I'm afraid she's just crossed the line. And once people cross the line, sometimes there's nothing to hold them back. What is she looking for? I do not know. You said you tried therapy and she stopped. I'm sure she stopped when she realized that it was pointing to her and that she needed to do something about herself and about her choices. And then it got too uncomfortable for her and then she stopped. There's very little you can do, unfortunately. Then there's the doubts about the paternity of your children. I would have one advice for you. Can you take that one out of your mind and let the children remain your children? Because fatherhood is not all about biology. You are the father the children have known. Unless the woman decides that she's going to show them their real father, I think that these are your children. You may have to consider giving her her wish, but let her know if she wants to move. Since she's virtually out of the marriage emotionally, if she's serious about it, she should make the move. And that if she did, you will not object to it, but don't be the one to take the lead. That's a trap. The other thing that comes to my mind is how much have you brought the 2 sets of parents into this? Because sometimes they can make a difference. But also let her know, look, if you want to go, Ghana is a free country, you are free to go. I don't own you. But then do what is needful. If this marriage is out of your system, just do the right thing and then move on. We would also be fine. But if she makes that move, please keep the custody of the children. They are your children. And I wish you all the best. I wish this didn't have to be this way. But sometimes you play the hand that is dealt you and not what you wish it could be. You're obviously a good man. You say you've never even raised your voice at her and all that. Well-behaved, well-restrained. But I also wonder, my brother, that bit you brought in, that detail, does that indicate a flaw of character? Does that indicate weakness? Is it a case where because you are so nice, maybe too nice, it's coming across as a weak man, because no woman can tolerate a weak man for too long. So you may also have to take another look at yourself and see, to what extent have I contributed to this? Have I been too weak for this woman? And so that I'm no longer the man that she could look up to and respect. In which case, it may be too late in this situation, but if this whole thing blows over and you move on, make sure you don't come across as weak. Nice, pleasant, yes. The line is very, very thin. The line between being nice and being weak, very, very thin. And I hope you find a wisdom not to cross it. Okay?
I believe that when a woman gets to this point, it definitely started from somewhere.
Yes.
Unless, of course, that's just how she is. But what has he done to get her to that point? When he said, I've never even raised my voice at her, I felt like it's too good to be true. This is a very sad situation. And if only he didn't contribute to anything, I'm very sorry for him.
Yeah, but even if he contributed something, is that not the reason why a couple should be able to sit down and talk and resolve issues? And I think it brings up what kind of communication they had. Was there room for the woman to express her unhappiness, if she was or not? And what I'm trying to avoid is trying to say that if something has gone wrong in a relationship, it's somebody's fault. Sometimes life just happens.
Happens, true.
Or a misjudgment in choice just playing out. Because you see, if you bought an I-10 car when you needed a tractor on your farm, no matter how well you take care of the I-10 car, it will never be a tractor. This has been Uncle Ebo White. So see you again with the next person. God bless you.
For your everyday life, ask Uncle anything today.